We're going to take a quick look at this game, which is still in alpha, and that's very important to mention. The game is not completed, the major systems are in place, but the story mode, except for the very beginning, has not been added in yet. And a little bit more about that later. But first, a little bit about what Happy Few is. From Compulsion Games, We Happy Few is the tale of a plucky bunch of moderately terrible people trying to escape from a lifetime of cheerful denial. Set in a drug-fueled, retro-futuristic city in an alternate 1960s England, you'll have to blend in with its other inhabitants who have their own set of not-so-normal rules. So the game is currently on Steam Early Access and Microsoft Game Preview, so you can buy the game on Steam in Early Access form for $29.99. And this review will reflect that. It will not reflect the current product, which is not out yet. So, first thing you will see when you start up the game is a huge page saying that the game is an alpha. That's very clear once you get past the first scene. The first scene is very attention-grabbing, very interesting. You're in this brightly colored 60s aesthetic office with this kind of crazy, almost vacuum tube-like machinery, and you're like a government censor, censoring out perhaps inconvenient facts from the past about some terrible thing that happened in this alternate England. Early in the game, someone comes through the door, and you notice that she has like a white face paint on, and she's unnaturally happy, and you have a choice early in the game actually to take these pills called Joy. So Joy is a drug that masks the unpleasant reality for the rich citizens of this world. And early in the game you have the choice to continue taking your Joy or not take it. And assuming you don't take it, you start seeing the world as it really is. So you complete your task of censoring. These are all in the first couple minutes, I'm not really spoiling anything. You go through the door and you go to a birthday party where there's a piñata. And because you haven't taken your Joy, let's just say what you see with the piñata really is, and it's a truly horrifying moment. The others realize you haven't taken your Joy and chase you, and you fall down a stairwell, and then the game completely changes. The whole aesthetic changes, the way you interact with the environment changes, the gameplay mechanic changes, and that's the biggest problem I have with this game is I really want to play more of the first part with the messed up society and talking to people. The thing is when you wake up again in this world, you're in a safe house, kind of like a bunker, and you gather some items and you venture out into the world, and it's this village that's been destroyed somehow. A lot of crumbled, broken buildings, maybe bombs, it's not really made clear. And you wander through and you meet people, but there's no true interaction. You'll say something kind of crazy and they'll reply something crazy back to you. Perhaps like, get out of my face, or I don't know you, I don't like you. But there's no true dialogue, it's just curt little exchanges. The other thing you'll notice right away is that you will have health. Well, you have a health bar, but that's not what's important. The important part is you have a thirst and a hunger and a sleep bar, and those start to drop rapidly. And you will have to try to find a safe bed to sleep in, water to drink, and food to eat. And these bars deplete rather rapidly, in my opinion. So a lot of the focus of the game is taken away from exploration and just trying to find the next apple or whatever. And a problem I had with my first playthrough was in the first area I actually ran out of good food and I kept dying by starvation. This is a good time to point out that the game is procedurally generated, so the items in the world will appear in different areas. Actually, different subquests will appear in different orders. The village will be laid out in kind of a, let's say a 3x7 grid, so you can wander through all these different blocks. And in the middle of these blocks, at certain points there will be like islands where there'll be little quest lines. So someone will be needing an item, or there'll be a bee's nest, or something else to interact with that's more than just a building. And these will change from playthrough to playthrough, which is interesting. But the problem is you don't always have time to follow these quest lines because you're looking for the next watering hole before your meter runs out and you die of thirst. There's a day-night cycle. You can also take Joy and the rainbows appear in the sky and everything brightens for a little bit, and people will interact with you differently, less hostilely. Crafting is a big part of the game. When you're not looking for food and water, you're also looking for items like rocks and sticks to make improvised weapons. And when you find certain items, it will unlock the crafting recipe, if you will, so you can make antiseptics or other essential items. And these will be very important for the side quests and the main quests. To get out of this grid that I mentioned, you will have to go through, usually I think it's one of 2 exit points, and that will be kind of the main quest for the area where you will have to accomplish some goal and crafting will be a big part of that. That part is pretty simple and fun. Again, the looking for food and water and sleep constantly kind of detracts from finding the other items, which are slightly more fun to combine as crafting materials. That was really what drew me out of the experience of We Happy Few, is the constant survival aspect interfered with my exploration and crafting, really took a lot of the fun out of the game for me, and I know it's an alpha. I'm hoping they balance it. Another aspect that was probably due to the alpha state was I had to restart the game because I completed several side quests and it did not mark off those objectives and complete the quest for me, so I did not get items I needed, and that actually happened for me in the main quest to get out of the area as well. So there's definitely some bugs going on. I'm not going to fault that for being in the alpha state, but again, I was trying to find fun with this game, and I really wanted it to be more the aesthetic that I had in the beginning of the game. The survival part, the village is dull and drab, very bombed out, and it's just a stark contrast to the story part in the very beginning, and I hope they develop the story more. This is a game I definitely intend to come back to, but for now, I think I'm going to take the blue pill and skip this for a while. Thanks for watching my review. Be sure and check out thebuttonsmashers.com for other reviews and great articles on nerd culture.
Right. Happiness is a choice. Snug as a bug on a drug.
Reviews like this one are created thanks in part to the support of spectacular viewers like yourself. To make sure you don't miss out on anything we do, like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon. If you wish to support us even further, you can subscribe to our other channels, the podcast That Beautiful Life, use our Amazon affiliate links, or donate to our Patreon. Links to all are in the description below, and I'll see you guys in the next one.